Hey, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The news coming out of Dallas has left the NFL community buzzing, and not in a small way. The Cowboys, one of the most iconic franchises in the league, have pulled off a move that nobody quite saw coming. They announced the arrival of Mexican star Alarcón, previously part of the San Francisco 49ers organization. For those who have followed his journey, Alarcón represents much more than just another roster addition. He is a symbol of perseverance, hard work, and the growing presence of Mexican talent in the NFL. Dallas fans are both shocked and excited, and across the league, analysts are already scrambling to predict what this might mean for the balance of power in the NFC. The Cowboys are no strangers to big headlines, but this one feels different, carrying a cultural weight that goes beyond the usual signings or trades we see every offseason. When we talk about Alarcón, we're not just talking about another offensive lineman trying to carve out his place in the league. We're talking about a player who has carried the pride of Mexico on his shoulders since first stepping into the International Pathway program. With the 49ers, he was more of a developmental piece, someone who stayed close to the action but didn't get that consistent spotlight. Now, with Dallas making this bold move, the conversation shifts dramatically. Cowboys fans love stories of grit, and this one fits the mold perfectly. The announcement alone has triggered an avalanche of reactions on social media, with hashtags celebrating both the player and his heritage. For Dallas, it's a statement, and for Alarcón, it's a chance to redefine his journey. The buzz feels like more than hype. It feels like the Cowboys are sending a message that they see untapped potential where others might have overlooked it. The reaction in San Francisco has been a curious mix of surprise and respect. The 49ers knew what they had in Alarcón, but they also seemed content to let him remain in that developmental category. When Dallas came knocking with what insiders describe as a convincing plan to give him real opportunities, the deal made sense. Still, Niners fans are now asking themselves if they underestimated his ceiling. After all, offensive linemen are the backbone of any contender, and losing someone who's motivated, disciplined, and still young could sting down the line. In Mexico, the story has already exploded into mainstream sports media. Commentators are treating Alarcón's arrival in Dallas as a historic step, calling him an ambassador for Mexican talent in the NFL. There's a feeling that this is not just a transaction, but a cultural moment, blending the deep roots of Mexican football passion with the bright lights of Texas. Cowboys Nation is already daydreaming about what this means on the field. Imagine Alarcón lining up with the star on his helmet, protecting Dak Prescott, opening lanes for Tony Pollard, and giving that offensive line more depth and flexibility. Dallas has always prided itself on strong linemen, and the coaching staff believe Alarcón brings not just size and strength, but also the hunger to prove himself. That hunger could be contagious in a locker room that has sometimes been criticized for inconsistency. From an entertainment perspective, Jerry Jones must be smiling ear to ear. He understands better than anyone that the Cowboys are not just a football team. They're a brand, a show, a cultural institution. Bringing in a Mexican star opens the gates to an even bigger fan base, solidifying Dallas as America's team with global reach. It's strategy, business, and football all rolled into one. Critics, of course, have been quick to raise questions. Can Alarcón really handle the pressure of playing meaningful snaps in the NFL, especially in an environment as demanding as Dallas? Is this a genuine football decision or more of a marketing move aimed at winning over Mexican and Latino audiences? These are fair points, and the answers will only come with time. Yet even the skeptics admit that the Cowboys are taking a calculated risk with upside potential. The International Pathway program has produced real contributors before, and Alarcón has been steadily improving every year. He's not a rookie anymore. He's a young man who has trained with one of the toughest franchises in the league. That experience counts. If the Cowboys coaching staff can harness his skills and give him the right development plan, the critics may end up eating their words sooner than expected. In the middle of all the noise, one thing remains clear. This story is bigger than sports. For Mexican fans, seeing one of their own step into a prime spot with the Cowboys is validation that the dream is possible. For the NFL, it's proof that their international push is paying off, creating new pipelines of talent that make the league more diverse and exciting. For Alarcon himself, it's the culmination of years of sacrifice, training, and resilience, all leading to this golden opportunity. Dallas has turned heads before with unexpected moves, but this one resonates on multiple levels. The shock factor is real, the potential is undeniable, and the excitement is contagious. Whether you love or hate the Cowboys, you can't ignore them, and Isaac Alarcon just made sure that America's team is once again at the center of every conversation in the football world. The whispers around the league keep growing louder, and every hour seems to add a new twist to the Isaac Alarcon saga in Dallas. Inside the Cowboys front office, insiders say the confidence in this decision is sky high. The coaching staff reportedly sees Alarcon not as a project, but as a legitimate competitor for playing time. This shift in perception is huge, considering he was often overlooked in San Francisco. Dallas has always had a knack for spotting talent where others see uncertainty, and this feels like one of those classic moments. Fans are already speculating about depth chart changes, and some even believe Alarcon could push for a starting spot faster than expected. It might sound ambitious, but the Cowboys thrive on boldness. In a franchise where pressure is relentless, Alarcon's journey from Monterey to Dallas now feels like a story written for the big stage. What stands out most about this move is how quickly it has turned into a phenomenon. Sports talk shows across the United States are dedicating entire segments to Alarcon, dissecting his strengths, his challenges, and his role in the Cowboy system. In Mexico, the coverage feels even more personal, almost like a national celebration. Kids wearing Cowboys jerseys with Alarcon's name are already popping up on social media, symbolizing the hope and pride that this signing has sparked. For Jerry Jones and the Cowboys brand, this is marketing gold, but for the player himself, it's a challenge to rise above the noise and prove that he belongs. That duality makes the story fascinating. He's not just a headline. He's an underdog stepping into one of the biggest spotlights in American sports. And if he delivers, the Cowboys could be looking at one of the most talked about success stories in recent memory. Analysts are debating whether this move signals a broader strategy by the Cowboys to tap deeper into international markets. The NFL has been pushing hard to expand its global reach, with games in London, Germany, and Mexico City drawing passionate crowds. By giving Alarcon a Real shot, Dallas positions itself as a pioneer in embracing international talent. The timing also couldn't be better, as the Cowboys aim to rebuild their identity and push back into championship contention. Alarcon represents not only an athlete, but also a bridge between cultures, a symbol that football isn't just America's game anymore. It's global. And when a team like the Cowboys takes that message seriously, the ripple effects can be enormous. Expect to see more kids in Mexico dreaming of the NFL, and expect the league itself to double down on scouting international talent as this story unfolds. Of course, behind the excitement, there are real football questions to address. Can Alarcon hold his ground against the league's most dominant pass rushers? Can he adapt to the speed and complexity of the NFL game after spending so much time in developmental roles? The Cowboys' offensive line has had its share of injuries and inconsistency in recent years, so adding someone like Alarcon could provide valuable depth. Coaches are reportedly impressed with his discipline, conditioning, and eagerness to learn. That willingness to grind may be his biggest weapon. For a team that has often been criticized for lacking toughness in crucial moments, having a player with Alarcon's mentality might be exactly what they need. The road won't be easy, but the belief inside Dallas seems genuine. They didn't bring him in for show. They brought him in because they see real potential. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Fans, meanwhile, are embracing the narrative with open arms. Cowboys supporters are famously divided on everything, from quarterbacks to play calling, but this move seems to have created a rare moment of unity. Social media is flooded with messages of support, memes celebrating the signing, and videos of Mexican fans chanting, "Let's go Cowboys." The energy feels infectious, the kind that could spill over into the stadium atmosphere when the season kicks off. For Alarcon, it's a dream come true, but also an immense responsibility. Every snap, every block, every moment on the field will carry the weight of expectation from two nations. It's not just about football anymore. It's about pride, identity, and the power of representation. In that sense, he's already made an impact before even stepping onto the field in a Cowboys uniform. The anticipation is electric, and it's only building by the day. In the end, whether Isaac Alarcon becomes a starter, a role player, or even just a depth piece, his presence in Dallas is a story worth telling. It highlights how the NFL is changing, how teams are looking beyond traditional pipelines, and how fans are embracing diversity in the sport. For the Cowboys, it's another chapter in their endless quest to stay relevant, exciting, and larger than life. For Alarcon, it's the chance to prove that dreams know no borders, and that with enough determination, even the most unlikely paths can lead to the biggest stages. Rumors may swirl, debates may rage, but one truth is undeniable. The Cowboys have shaken things up in a way that few expected. And if Isaac Alarcon rises to the occasion, this moment could be remembered not just as a surprise signing, but as the beginning of something historic for Dallas and for football itself. The ripple effect of Isaac Alarcon's arrival in Dallas is already stretching far beyond the Cowboys fan base. Rival fans are chiming in, some mocking the move as a publicity stunt, while others are cautiously admitting that Dallas may have found a hidden gem. That's the beauty of this kind of signing. It forces everyone to pay attention, whether they like it or not. Suddenly, preseason games that might have gone unnoticed now carry extra intrigue, with fans eager to see if Alarcon can back up the hype. Every rep in training camp, every snap in practice will be dissected. That pressure could crush some players, but those who know his story understand that he's built differently. He's had to fight for every opportunity, crossing borders, languages, and expectations. That kind of resilience doesn't fade easily, and it might just be the secret weapon Dallas didn't know it needed. Looking at the bigger picture, this story represents a moment where sports transcend statistics and standings. The Cowboys, intentionally or not, have ignited a cultural conversation, turning Alarcon into more than just an athlete. He's now a symbol of hope, proof that the NFL dream can stretch across continents and cultures. For Dallas, that's priceless. Imagine the Cowboys playing in Mexico City with Alarcon on the roster. The stadium would erupt with energy like never before. The NFL would see the marketing potential skyrocket, but more importantly, fans would see the emotional power of representation on display. It's rare to find a move that checks both business and emotional boxes, but this one seems to do exactly that. Whether Alarcon becomes a starter or simply adds depth, the impact is undeniable. Dallas has taken a gamble, yes, but it's one that feels bigger than football and destined to leave its mark. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.